Hello, everybody. Joe Bacon Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Tsukihime, piece of blue glass. Glass moon? Is it glass moon? I think it's glass moon. Maybe, or is it grass moon? I'm pretty sure it's glass moon. Don't quote me on that. Help me, guide. Let me zoom in. Glass. It is glass. I can never remember. You see things in old translations that clearly haven't uh, ha- don't have any like secondary reference materials to go off of to extrapolate on things, and you just get some wacky translations or localizations. But we know now it is glass, not bluegrass. I'm pretty sure that's a genre of music. Don't know what they listen to up there on the moon, but they definitely could pick worse subgenres. Back in the town I lived in when I was in Washington, there was a bluegrass festival like every single year. I was in a pretty small town, kind of like a bedroom community of a bigger town, that kind of thing. So the town itself wasn't very big, but like there was decent, fuck, not even decent population. Now that I think about it, it was like you go downtown and it's like, oh, that's the one strip with like the post office, a couple stores, and the elementary school or something, and that's it. So yeah, now that I'm looking back, it was kind of a small town. I miss it though. It's right next to a lake, and I could ride my bike there in the morning to go swimming, which was doing wonders for my physique. Which right now it's not doing so hot. But plus side is with me kind of taking on like an assistant teaching role right now. Uh, I have plenty of energy after I'm done with work to actually, go exercise. Either go to our hidden kind of secret gym only for my work center that we like constructed out of like leftover fucking abandoned exercise gear in the corner of one of our hangars, or go to the Y and actually like hit the lap pool. So that's nice. Hopefully by like this time next year, I'd be a little more in shape. More like I was. Fuck, like 8 years ago now. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. But to not help me in that journey whatsoever, I decided to grab one of my bottles of sake out of the, well, I was about to say out of the fridge, but I had to put it in the fridge to cool it down because I just have them sitting around in like a random suitcase in the corner. Because I used to be a member of like one of those almost like wine subscription groups, but it was specifically for sake. I know how weedy of me. It was expensive too. It was like $150 a month. Like these are fairly large, nice bottles. They're like just shy of 1 liter, and put together, it's the bottles I was getting. It's actually cheaper, paying that like 150 or whatever than it would be to just go to some import liquor store or something, get them that way. But yeah, uh, I used to do this fairly often on the old channel back when I was doing Muv Love Extra and Unlimited and all that before YouTube nuked that channel. So all the episodes of me trying to record while slurring my words and being fucking sloshed because I drink like fucking liter and a half of booze, which sake is not that strong, really. It's like maybe 12, 15%. What's this one? Yeah, this one's a stronger one. It's 16%, but it's not like liquor. It's not like, fucking downing a handle of like vodka or whiskey. Shit that like get you fucked up. Like this is like, oh, your friend's mom that maybe kind of like has a little too much in the evening. Like that kind of booze. I don't even drink that often, you know. Just decided that it was late and I needed a little something to get me through this. It's the weekend, so that's my me time, and I was grinding away on FF14. Just got into Shadowbringers after 1,200 hours in the game. I play MMOs like a crazy person. I complete everything in an expansion before I move on to the next one. So even though, you know, when did I really get into playing? Probably like a year ago. I've had 14 since Stormblood, yeah. In like 2015. I got it on the PS4 when I was still in the dorms. But I just bounced off it. And then I try again like every year for a little bit and just keep bouncing off. But, you know, the other year, I finally, you know, it got its hooks in me. And I'm like, it's just kind of play that game if I got nothing else going on. Because I can just kind of shut off my brain and go on autopilot. So it's good for that. But, yeah, I was doing that instead of recording. And then when I went to go record, I realized that I'd left my Switch's Joy-Cons off the little console dock. So they were dead. Turns out the Switch, its controllers don't have like a sleep mode where they just power down to conserve battery if they're not in use. So I had to wait for a while for those to charge up. And now it's like 9:30. It's getting kind of late, you know. But, you know, like I said, I got a cake gig right now, so I can stay up late. You know, hopefully not too late, assuming I don't fuck up the audio recording again and have to spend an hour making cuts and re-recording segments and that was terrible. But anyway, moving on. Let's get this show on the road, yeah? Okay, let's go. Oh, and everyone was so kind to let me know last time that yes, the remake takes place in 2015, around there. You know, the original was 1999. And that, you know, it's less a direct remake and kind of more like a little bit of reimagining. Because I will admit, while I did highly enjoy the original, there definitely were shortcomings that are fairly glaringly obvious. And anyone who isn't like a hardcore glazer would be able to recognize them and call them out with a clean conscience. Like, I'm not like taking digs at the game. There's just some stuff that's, you know, on a second pass, you can definitely see where they're like, okay, let's change basically all of CL's route, aka fucking Arcueid route number 2, which is probably for the best, I think. Hopefully, you know, in the second half, once Red Garden comes out, you know, there's some stuff in there too. Looking at Yuikia's route, which maybe, you know, could use a little more time in the oven, you know, or maybe a change in ingredients, let's say. But we'll deal with all that whenever we get there, because we're still in the very beginning, probably still in the prologue, kind of, if you want to call it that. Kind of commoner out, kind of prologue, you know, we're still just putzing around, making our choices, but let's go farm up those Arcueid points, yeah? Yeah, okay, let's go. It's been 3 minutes since homeroom began. A replacement for Miss Toyama has yet to arrive. Murmuring spread through the room. Class isn't far from crumbling into disorder. Students have completely lost focus. Everyone would prefer to goof off until first period if we're going to be forgotten about anyways. Just one more minute. Behave for one more minute. After that, we can do whatever we want. And just as well as we make the unspoken agreement, the doors roll open.
Hi! 皆さん静かに静かに。ホームルームを始めますよ。
Speak of, you know, new changes and additions. Classroom falls silent. We stare at the complete stranger who just entered the room. She obviously isn't Japanese. In fact, she looks more like a college student than a teacher.
あれ？何かしらこの空気。皆さん揃ってカチンコチンになっちゃってるけど。
No, they were all just struck dumb by the white woman aura.
何？私ったらバジ系女子？
Which, now that I say that, you know, that's like half the characters in this game.
日本風に言うと リング系女子？でも先生、名前は貞子じゃないんだけど。
I cringe. Still a pretty ancient reference. What, The Ring? I guess, teenagers in 2015, yeah. Oh, fuck, I say that, but I had just graduated high school the year before, so fuck. Oh no, he's in like my age cohort. He's like late, either late millennial or like early Gen Z. I kind of lean towards the more late millennial side of the split, just because I'm the youngest on both sides of my family. So all my cousins growing up were all like 5 to 10 years older than me, so I just kind of like absorb, from that older split, like culturally, it just kind of seeped into me. So my personality aligns more with the older age group than, the newer fucking Zoomers. The woman doesn't seem bothered by it. She stands behind the teacher's podium and gives an exaggerated cough.
はじめまして。富山先生が転任なされたので、その代行としてやってきた新任の藍染ノエルです。1ヶ月だけのお付き合いになりますが、皆さんよろしくお願いします。担当学科は体育と英語。好きな食べ物はモンブラン。もらって嬉しいプレゼントは現金ないしウェブマネーで、NG ワードはペットショップ。質問は随時受け付けますので、遠慮なくアタックしてください。
But I can agree with that too. I'm not a big fan of pet shops. Like if you're gonna get a dog, go to like a shelter or something. Cute. Thunderous crash breaks the silence. The sound originated from a male who jumped up in his chair after seeing Miss Noel's wink. I have to admit, it got me as well. Miss Noel isn't what I'd call an absolute stunner, but that only adds to her charm. I guess you could say it makes her more approachable, or, more attainable. From the male gaze. She's the kind of slightly older woman guys my age are really into. Yup! Getting a little personal here, but junior me in high school, we had an assistant teacher in my history class who was a college student, and oh boy! I was fucking head over heels, fucking goo goo gaga, eyes fucking shooting out of my head, tongue rolling out, steam coming out of my ears. Had no shot though, and I knew that, but deep down in my heart, I'm like, but what if though? What if? But no. Her charm is hard to put into words. But there's something about her that I think tickles every high school guy's fancy.
質問です。ノエル先生はおいくつなんでしょうか。それよりどこにお住まいなんでしょうか。休みの過ごし方とか趣味が知りたいです。つうか好きな高校生のタイプは誰ですか。
Oh god, the fucking splitting screen. A wave of questions comes flooding from the boys. Stuff like this would usually be saved for the anonymous message boards, but after that wink, seems the guys couldn't wait. The girls look at the boys like they're human trash, but that doesn't seem to bother them, now feverishly bombarding Miss Noel with questions.
トビウオみたいな反応ありがとう。年齢はどうせ女子の皆さんが暴いちゃうだろうから言っちゃうと25歳。住まいは2駅隣の賃貸マンション。好きなタイプは大人の頭の文系男子。趣味は日曜教会でお手伝いをしています。隣町の教会だから興味があったらお祈りに来てくれると先生嬉しいな。
教会？何先生シスターなの？っていうか趣味でシスターやってるんですか？
I mean, she is kind of, parentheses asterisk, double asterisk, but you don't have to be, like fully with the church to do like volunteer stuff on the weekends.
ええ、私の国じゃそう珍しいことじゃありません。まだまだボランティアレベルで悩める子羊の告白を解決してあげてるだけですけど。
Miss Noel's surprising openness creates a stir among the male students. If I'm being honest, The word none has piqued my own interest. I got a thing for habits. The girls, on the other hand, are playing with their phones in silence. I casually check the anonymous student forums to see what they're saying. Ugh, the boys are so gross. I actually think anybody'd be into them. She's not even that pretty. Why would she do that, ooh, look at me, I'm French thing somewhere else? She's like, not even hiding how much she's loving this. About what I'd expect. More and more gossip is posted to the forum. Before long, the class has bizarrely split along gender lines. The tribes are firmly divided into disgusting boys and nasty girls. A war of cliques right out of our middle school. Miss Noel smiles, wanly? As she watches the chaos unfold. Google, help me. Define strange words I've never seen before, please. If you're new here, I do this a lot because, you know, while I'd like to make everyone think that I'm super smart and, defend my ego, I don't want to pretend to know words I don't and then cause, strange misunderstandings. Wanly. A weak or pale or languid manner. Good to know. Lacks energy or enthusiasm.
この子たち、頭の程度は大丈夫なのかしら。
Not something you'd expect to hear from a teacher. Unable to keep up with what's happening, I took a look around and meet eyes with Yumizuka. Looks like she feels the same as me. Oh, what is happening? The classroom is lively. What should have been a normal day now feels anything but. Morning classes have ended. The classroom feels even more restless than usual. Tension had been simmering between the guys and the girls since third period, Miss Noel's class. Seems that the girls have put Miss Noel in the teachers we don't like category. In any case, it's lunch now. Most of the class is making their way to the cafeteria or the school store. The only ones left in the classroom are Yumizuka and her group of friends. Oh, so a bunch of nobodies. Gotcha. Now, where should I get lunch? Pretty sure we're supposed to go get bread? Oh god, I gotta go back to a different screen. Yeah, go get bread. I'll get some bread at the school store and have a simple lunch. My financial prospects from here on out are looking a little grim. The head of the Tono family does not fool around, so I'm not even going to try to ask for extra allowance. Let's not get my hopes up. I mean, you could probably ask Kohaku to, pack you a simple lunch. Like, maybe throw together the leftovers from dinner or something into, a takeaway box for you. So I need to keep my expenses as low as I can. It would be pathetic if I ended up going broke. Also, the prospect of just eating bread for lunch sounds horrific. I mean, I literally did that the other week when I was flying back from Germany. It was a long flight over Europe in the Atlantic. So we went to the grocery store on base. And one of the things I bought, I'm like, you know what? Let me get a nice, freshly baked loaf of bread. Like an actual loaf. Not like, the ones in the bag that you make for sandwiches, but, kind of like the ones you'd cut up for, put butter on to go with pasta or something. I fucking ripped that shit apart and devoured it in one go when I was on the jet. Just chilling in my hammock, relaxing, watching movies on my laptop. That was good. I like that, but, For a regular lunch, no. Absolutely not. I got the usual from the school store. Some filled bread and a carton of tea. It was a madhouse since they started selling some new kind of bread, so it took me a while to get my lunch. The packed lunch crowd has already finished eating and are now just chatting.
遠野くん、これからランチ？
そううるさいのもいないし気楽にね。
Yeah, what's going on in Yumiduka world?
私はもう済ませちゃった。それでちょっとおかずが余っちゃったんだけど、これからお昼ならサイドメニューとしてどうかな。
I shoot a surreptitious glance at Yumizuka's gaggle of friends. It looks like they're whispering with each other about what's happening between us. Whatever's going on here, if I refuse her offer, Yumizuka's sure to be ridiculed for it later.
それはありがたい。パンだけじゃ味気ないし、ありがたくごちそうになります。
I clap my hands together in appreciation.
そうだよね。パンだけって寂しいよね。はい、これ。
It is
唐
sad
揚げ
indeed.
とアサリの佃煮。
Ooh, you know, a little fried chicken for the side. What an odd combination. My mom made the, the fucking double A's, karaage, but Yumizuka made the clams. I have to say, it wasn't bad. Thanks to her, my lunch has become a lot more appetizing.
ごちそうさま。美味しかった。
Making me hungry for clams now.
次に機会があれば。
I'm like the kind of freak that I will get like the canned clams and oysters and like sardines and shit at the grocery store.
いいよ。
Keep them
今
in
日
my
は
pantry
た
for
またまだから。
emergencies.
それより、そうそう、富山先生の話聞いた？
Yeah, she fucking got murdered.
富山の話って昨日のやつか。
She's fucking dead.
不幸にあったとかそういう噂の。
あのね、あれ間違いなんだって。
Oh, well, that's good.
何でも自動車事故に巻き込まれて足を骨折したから入院することになったらしいよ。
そうか。
That's a good cover.
それは良かった。あ、いや、良くないな。
Well, it's better than being murdered, I suppose.
足を怪我して入院ってことは歩けないってことだもんな。富山からしたらふざけるなって怒られそうだ。
あ、そうだよね。私ったら何喜んでるんだろう。ごめんなさい。考えが足りませんでした。
It's okay. We all know you don't got anything going on between those ears of yours. Yumizuka's smile turns into a remorseful frown. But I get how she feels. Even if it was just a rumor, people were saying that she died. It's only natural to be relieved after hearing that she was actually just injured.
気にしないで。俺も弓塚さんと同じだったし。けど、それじゃあしばらく担任不在か。
Yeah, it was like that in my
なければいないで
my
寂しいもん
chemistry
だな。
class. Junior year, our teacher broke her leg, so we had substitutes. And then when she was going up the stairs in her house on her crutches, she fell down and broke her back. So that we had substitutes for the rest of the year.
早く治して戻ってきてほ
So
しい
I
よね。
graduated that class, even though I fucking should not have. I do not know what a fucking mole is. I feel the corners of my mouth turn up. Yumizuka's smile must be contagious. She might not be a head-turning beauty, but she makes up for it with her ability to put people at ease. What a fucking backhanded compliment. Jesus Christ, bud. This charming trait has made her our class's go-to confidant. Yumizuka is quiet and easygoing, but she becomes very popular regardless. Become? She's become. Everyone tacitly agreed to recommend her for the role of class rep, and despite her modest protests of, I want to be good at that, she's been nothing but a natural at it. Perfect manager material. It's not even the booze that's getting me like that. I think it's just late and I'm like sundowning. Like I've only had a couple sips from my glass. Before I know it, there are only 2 minutes left until lunch ends. I got some good news, and Arihiko isn't here to make a ruckus. This has the makings of a peaceful afternoon. But I'm sort of unclear as to why she's hanging around me. Like, yeah, do you need something? Do you want me to pay you?
弓塚さん、もうすぐ5限目だよ。
知ってる。あと1分でチャイムだよね。
Uh-huh.
ああ、 みんなチャイムが鳴ってから席に戻るだろうからまだ余裕はあるけど。
Yeah, you know, you gotta prep your study materials, get your books out,
いやどうか
sharpen your
な。
pencils.
私的には余裕はないんだけど、でも乾くんがいない今がチャンスというか、その
With the bell about to ring and our classmates starting to take their seats, Imazuka struggles to articulate what she's trying to say.
そのですね、これ余ってるから遠野くん使うかな。
Imazuka holds out a small card. It's a rewards card for a diner?
ありがとう。でもいいの？
ポイントは溜まってるから。いや、友達がピンチでアルバイトに応募したら店長さんにカードいっぱいもらっちゃって。
It's like when your friend works at McDonald's in school and they get
夕
you like
方
one of
7
those
時とか
coupon books.
そういう時間に。
My cousin worked at a Wendy's back when I was in high school, and he got me like 5 of those things. So I could like go to Wendy's and get like an entire meal for like $2. Imazuka hastily retreats back to her seat. The bell rings. Truth be told, this is a nice turn of events, but the situation is a bit too complicated for me to simply feel happy about it. All because Arihiko went and brought that stuff up during lunch yesterday. We had just wrapped up a conversation about the Tono family and were about to finish our lunches.
ところで弓塚のことだけど、お前あいつに気があるとか付き
Just like that, I find myself in an unsolicited life counseling session.
なんで今そんな話を？
Because it's pretty obvious and it's painful to watch you ignore her like this.
いや今朝もアプローチされてたでしょ君。ちょいと気になってな。弓塚一応クラスのアイドル扱いだろ。万が一にもお前さんに脈があるなら止めておこうと思ってな。
はあ？なんだそりゃ。俺が弓塚さんをどう思っていようとお
I was
前に
just
は
looking
関
out
係
for
ない
you
だろ。
as your friend. He doesn't want you to end up like Caesar, you know, on your way home, just, stabbed 17 times or something. That'd be terrible. By,
そりゃねえ
jealous
けどよ。
suitors.
どっちも不幸になる組み合わせとか見てらんねえって思っただけ。弓塚はああ見えてなんつうか、まあいいや。確かに俺が口を挟むことじゃねえ。
I can, like, sure, they'd be cute, but I think Arihiko actually has the right of it. Like, I don't think they're a very, well-balanced pair.
でどうなんだよ。あいつと付き合う気あんの？あんだけモーションかけられてたら普通は即彼女確定だろう。
それは難しいと思うけど。
Like, she's kind of, like, really reserved herself, and Shiki's kind of, he's almost emotionally unavailable, I don't think he'd do well in a relationship with a girl like that.
ほう、弓塚タイプじゃないのか。
そうじゃなくて、断っておくと俺弓塚さんタイプだからな。
パパかてめえは。じゃあなんで距離取ってんだよ。
いやそれがなんていうか弓塚さんを見てるとなんでか
Oh,
悲しくな
isn't
るん
it
だ。
sad, Sachan?
そりゃひでえ。脈なしとかありとか
Yeah.
それ以前の話だったか。
Like, what do you mean by that, bud? I bury my face in my hands, frustrated by my own selfishness. But I've always been like this, and I've never been able to do anything about it. Every decent person I meet, it's like I subconsciously put them on a pedestal and keep them at arm's length. It's not that I dislike them or anything. I just get scared and can't let myself get close to them. Something, a hedgehog, watch Evangelion. Now I have this card worth exactly 1,000 yen that I have no idea what to do with. The name of the restaurant is Lindbergh. It's a run-of-the-mill diner by the north exit of Soya Station. Oh, you mean right by the place where there's all those vagrant delinquents? Up to no good? and where a corpse recently showed up. School ends. I didn't have any dizziness or anemia. That was a good day today. Well, we discount the emergence of a strange new virus rampaging through our classroom. The girls have taken to calling it Noel fever. Noelitis is another one. Not even lunch served to cool the tension between the afflicted boys and the girls side-eyeing them. Looks like the battle will continue into tomorrow. The boys who managed to break the fever were showered with praise by the girls, but labeled idiots, traitors, and worse by their still feverish former brethren. Just another day at high school.
確かにあんまりいないタイプの美人だけどな。
Still, I don't understand why everyone is so obsessed with her. It's almost like she put some mind control on them or something. I mean, Akiya is way pretty.
ああ、いたいた。ちょっといい、しきくん。
Did she telepathically detect my roasting or something?
あら、口から心臓でも吐き出しそうな顔なのね。何かいけないことでも考えていたのかしら。
Yeah, I was thinking about my sister. What?
いえ、そういうわけでは決して。
That, you know, he loves only as a sister and nothing else. I swallow the guilt I feel from comparing Miss Noel and Akiya and try my best to change the subject. And then, a smile flickers across Miss Noel's face, like she's seen straight through me.
ノエル先生という響きはいいものね。
Well, yeah,
先輩って呼ばれるよりずっといいわ。
because you're like a teacher, right?
日本にはまだ慣れていなくて不安だったけど、あなたみたいに純朴な子に先生って呼ばれるのは癖になりそう。背徳的でちょっとドキドキしちゃうもの。
Alright, laying on a little thick there, girlie.
ノエル先生、ちょっと近いんですけど。
気にしないで。というか、こういう時は鈍いふりをして黙っているものよ。
Laying on thick.
ほら、ね、私の首筋、綺麗でしょ？
We're not the vampire, bud. I don't know if it's nerves or the power of the setting sun. I hear a voice not from the front of me, but behind me, like she's whispering directly into my ear.
そう警戒しないで。ただ指と指を重ねるだけ。体温を伝えるだけ。私の体を預けるだけ。
Fucking stranger danger, bud.
そう。あなたに私を食べて
Damn,
もらい
please
たい
take a
だ
guy out
け。
to dinner first. Her breath nears. Our legs intertwine. She wraps her arms around my back like she doesn't want me escaping. Right in front of me. A woman's smooth, seductive neck.
ほら、心音だけでとろけてしまうでしょ。だから忘れて。あなたを忘れて。邪魔なものは全部取ってしまえばいいの。
No, think pure thoughts.
その建前も、
Think of your
その
sister.
メガネも。
Her fingers slither up to my glasses. The moment she touches them, I jump away. My entire body revolts against the idea of seeing the lines.
なんて、新任記念の冗談でした。
Uh-huh.
日本風に言うと、ちょっとしたスキンシップじゃなくて、名刺交換
Yeah, you know, it's just a French thing.
まだまだ形だけの付
You
き
know
合
how
い
they
ってことね。
they
私
kiss
たち。
cheeks and stuff. Just like that. You know, just a greeting. Like a slap on the back or a handshake.
冗談ってノエル先生。
I don't think that's what you'd call what just transpired. There's a limit to the kind of jokes that you can crack as a teacher.
そもそも要は何なんですか？俺を探してたような
Yeah,
口
you're
ぶり
like
でしたけど。
still on the clock, you know, you gotta at least pretend to be a professional.
ああ、それはもういいの。ちょっと手伝ってもらいたいことがあっただけ。それももう終わったわ。
Likely story.
それじゃあ、さようならしきくん。富山先生みたいにならないよう気をつけて帰ってね。
Yeah, look both ways before you cross the street. Miss Noel leaves with a wave. Something about that last remark bothers me. Don't think about it. That's too complicated. You won't like the answers anyway. I turn my gaze down to the floor, as if to avoid looking at an omen. This is okay. It's better to not ask unnecessary questions. It's better not to know. Terrible things like this only serve to scar our hearts. Miss Noel smirks before leaving, like she's seen straight through my weakness. I leave the school. The left side of my throat hurts a little, like something has scratched it. I don't have anything to do. Diner? Home? Which one? Go to that diner, yeah. Now, we need to build our emotional attachment up with the fucking Yumizuka. Maybe I'll drop by that diner. The rewards card that Yumizuka gave me is still in my wallet. I'm not hungry, but I could have a cup of tea. And I don't want to make her gift go to waste, so I'll check out where she works. Yep, just going on a... Man, that's probably a long walk. Now that I think about it. Sign up there. Cutter? Cutter? I hardly even know her. The nape of my neck is strangely warm. It feels swollen. Maybe that's why I don't remember where I'm going. Night covers the city like water from a leaky pipe. Far more lively than this morning. Shining headlights of cars. Throngs of people that the station swallows up and spits out. The number of uniformed students has dropped drastically. And brightly clothed people are now on the streets. I rise from the bench I was sitting on. It's time. I start towards the shopping district. Oh, I have no reason to go there. What a, flavorful part of town. I slip into a side street away from the main avenue. Look at all this culture. It's more of an alley than a street. There's no one around. Completely silent. No sign of life. Nothing, except for the rustling from in there. The light from the vending machines is blinding. Modern convenience at odds with this place. I hurry past the glaring brightness. I make for the darkness. Darkness befitting of the night. Shadowy places more confined, further from prying eyes. I place my hands on the rusted fence. If I can open this and go inside, I can...
ちょっとそこの人
Hello? The voice stops me in my tracks. I come back to my senses in a daze. Don't understand. Why did I come here? Why was I trying to go in there?
すみません100円持ってませんか
Turn around and find a strange girl standing in front of the vending machines. It seems she wants to buy a drink but doesn't have any change. I'm not sure if it's the guilt I feel at losing myself, or I just can't bring myself to refuse, but I hand the girl 100 yen.
どうも助かりました
Yep, it pays to be nice to strangers. Also, hello, new character. What's her name? I think it's like Mion or something. I don't know. The girl pushes my money through the coin slot and presses a button. She picks up the can that is dispensed. Then scrunches her face in a frown.
こんな時間に散歩とかのんきですね。お家の人待ってるんじゃないですか？
I mean, kind of, but you know, a pot meat kettle.
ああ、
I check my phone. The clock informs me that it's 7:40 without a hint of mercy. I only have 20 minutes until my curfew. In a panic, I make the dash out of the alleyway. When from behind,
待ってください。
the girl calls out to me again.
何？悪いけど急いで。
The girl tosses the canned drink to me. Was it labeled wrong on the machine? Surprised, I catch it. Didn't she buy this for herself, though?
それあげます。
なんで？
どれも飲めない味でした。
Okay. The girl voices her displeasure and walks past me briskly.
いや、呆れてる場合じゃない。
I rush away as well. What kind of brother? What kind of human being breaks his curfew on the first day? Gotta get back now or else Akio will rip me a new one. Almost like it'd be so much better if you had a bike or something you could ride, you know, travel like twice as quickly.
ただいま。
What time is it? How far did you go? That'll give me like an idea of how far away, you know, the station is actually from your house. I open and close the door as quietly as possible and sneak into the lobby. I make sure my greeting isn't too loud or too quiet. You know, I have plausible deniability. It's like, no, I wasn't hiding. You know, I announced myself. Just, you know, I was using an inside voice. It's 1 minute before 8. Okay, so you got there in 19 minutes. Let's assume Shiki was running. You know, adrenaline was pumping and he was in an all-out dead sprint. But, you know, he is anemic and, you know, doesn't have the best cardio in the world. So let's say he was doing an 11 or 12-minute mile. Okay, so that's not far at all. He's like maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles away from home. You know, the station. My mad dash from the station narrowly got me home on time, but I feel like I'm gonna throw up. That hill is a killer. Totally forgot that my downhill path to school means I have to climb uphill to get back home.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。
Yeah, I get nauseous after like hard cardio too.
お
Even,
疲
you
れとは
know,
存じますが、
I was
お部
talking
屋
about,
に
you know,
戻
I'm
る
a
前に
little out of
執
shape
務
right
室
now,
に
but
おいでください。
even when I was in shape and
秋
could
葉様
run
か
like
ら
a sub
お話
8-minute
があるとの
mile,
ことです。
I would still regularly throw up after like 2 miles. Even if I wasn't pushing super hard. It must be like something with my inner ear. It doesn't like getting thrashed around and my head bobbing when I run.
執務室ですか。
I should have guessed that being called to the office meant Akio wasn't happy with me.
寄り道をするのは金銭に余裕があるからでしょう。今回の罰として兄さんの月々の交友費を2割ほど減らすことにします。
Well, how much was his monthly allowance anyway? My punishment. Rolled out to me the moment I entered the office without a chance to explain myself. Guess I didn't realize I'd be getting money each month from my sister. And now it's already been slashed. I hope you're happy, old man. He is even stricter than you were.
でもそれはないだろう。俺は門限は守ったんだぞ。
Man's never heard that 15 minutes early is on time is late, and being late is unacceptable.
まあ日が暮れる前にってのは守れなかったけど。
あら、それは意外でした。私と約束を交わした自覚はあったんですね。
Look, man, there's a lot going on.
どうして守れなかったんです？
Puberty, you just kind of entered into a fugue state.
いやー、それがつい忘れてたみたいで。
兄さん、私も言い忘れていました。
I mean, it's not a good excuse, but it's plausible, you know.
罰の追加として 今夜の夕食は抜きとします。
Second day, in this new environment, a lot going on. It's not unreasonable that he could have forgot. She's a tyrant. She's this angry when I actually make my curfew. I don't know whether I'll survive if I actually miss it. I trudge back across the lobby on my way to my room. Despite my protests, I wasn't able to convince Akia to let me have dinner. Though she did agree to only decrease my allowance by 10%. A singular, but important victory as an older brother. Part of the deal, baby.
四季さん、四季さん。
Hey, Kohaku. Kohaku calls out to me before I arrive at my room. Hidden in the corner of the hallway, she seems to have reverted to her conspirator mode from this morning.
もうダメですよ。今日ぐらいはちゃんと帰ってこないと。
Can you at least, smuggle me something that, won't leave a trace?
いくらなんでも1日目なら言うことを聞いてくれるだろうって、もうありえないぐらい早めに帰ってきてたんですから。
帰ってきてたって。
Leaving your sister waiting for a second time.
そんなの決まって。いえ、なんでもございません。それはともかくとして、夕食抜きは使用人として見過ごせません。ですので、お部屋の方に軽食をご用意しておきました。おにぎりとお味噌汁という簡単なものですが。
Good old miso soup. I have some of the packets in my cupboard where you just have to add water. It's good for in the mornings when I don't really want to make a real breakfast. What a thoughtful housekeeper. It was the same with my phone this morning. She's being so nice to me, even though it might get her into trouble with Akia.
でもいいんですか？俺はすごく助かりますけど。
She's just stirring the pot, bud.
はい、四季さんの健康に関わることですもの。それに、これは翡翠ちゃんも同意していますから。秋葉様に見つかっても、二人で謝れば許していただけますよ。
No, that's just you adapting to the new food here. Despite how stoic she looks, she's pretty thoughtful. I guess she took pity on me having to go without dinner, though she didn't show it.
四季さん、あの子じゃないのです。
ああ、うん、分かってる。でもまだうまく話せないから。
Yeah,
気軽に名前で呼ぶのは申し訳ない気がして。
She may be my personal servant, but I don't really know if we're on first name basis yet. Now, what's a good conversation topic?
それはいけません。ひどいお話です。
No, as her sister.
翡翠ちゃんはああ見えてとっても優しいんですから。
She's a little cinnamon bun.
これからは気軽に家族と思って翡翠ちゃんと呼んであげてくださいな。
She's like the fucking sweetest little thing in a 10-kilometer radius from this fucking building. Kohaku looks straight at me. Maybe I have been a little unfair to Hisui. She's looking out for me just like Kohaku is. I should give her a break.
わかりました。これからは何があっても翡翠ちゃん、いや、ちゃん付けはさすがに恥ずかしいんで、翡翠。はい、
それは大変ようございます。
Kohaku bids me a good evening and returns to the first floor. In my heart, I give thanks to my guardian angel, the nightingale of the Tono Mansion, and return to my room. Onigiri, huh? No doubt they're delicious if Kohaku made them. They might still taste like her hands from when she pressed them together.
いいお湯だった。
After I scarfed down Kohaku's onigiri, Hisui came to tell me that the bath was available. And by the time I returned to my room, it's 9 p.m. It's a little too early to sleep, I say looking at my clock, and it's 10 p.m. I'm still recording. On a work night. All I have to read is textbooks, and I'm not feeling particularly tired. If I have time to kill anyway, I'll... what are we doing? Phone went into fucking sleep mode. Let's smooth things over, with the fucking tyrant downstairs, yeah? made Akia angry today. I'd like to try and talk a bit. Try to cover this distance between us. Or rather, try to tear down this barbed wire wall. But it's late. She may be my sister. It's not right to show up at a lady's room without an invitation.
そもそもあいつの部屋どこだよって話だしな。東館の奥の方かな。
I'll ask Hisui or Kohaku sometime. For now, I'll try the parlor. I know she spends time there after dinner, so it's possible I could still find her there.
おや、一日ぶりだね、
うん
四季君。一晩経って、遠野に戻ってきた実感は出てきたかい？
Dude, it sucked. Today was fucking awful. I narrowly stifle a cry of surprise. In the parlor is the strange bandaged man I met yesterday, Goto Saiki.
こんばんは。佐伯ゴートさんでしたよね。
佐伯だけでいい。名前というものは、認めるに値する人間にしか口にされたくないものだからね。
But fair, you know, we don't really know each other. Goto Saiki smiles scornfully as he speaks.
少し驚きました。こんな時間に来訪ですか？
Oh, he just like skulks around, I guess, and just like, sleeps under furniture or something. I offer a remark of my own, ignoring his obvious provocation. I still don't know the first thing about this guy, and until I do, I won't have a clue as to how I should respond to what he says.
こんな時間？ああ、消灯前だったか。
He's like, yeah, but I'm a fucking adult. I'm allowed to stay up past 9.
牧久氏が残した悪い伝統の一つだな。0時を迎える前に屋敷の火を落とし、住民に眠りを強要する。
Yeah, it's like throwing a blanket over a bird cage to get it to go to sleep.
彼
It's
は
like, oh, it's dark. I guess it's
夜を
nighttime.
嫌悪していた。いや、正確には夜に起きること。ここは洋館としての作りも土地が持つ歴史も素晴らしいものだが、この決まりだけはいただけない。
Oh, a little bit of a night owl, huh?
遠野家の当主が夜から目を背けるなぞ。
それが何か。夜通し騒ぐよりははるかにマシな規則ですけど。
I found myself defending my father despite my own issues with the policy. I feel like any slight against him is a slight against Akia as well.
勘に触ったかね。
Yes.
結構。少しは立場をわきまえているようだ。感動された身であっても父親の名誉を守る。牧久氏はいい息子を持ったな。
Alright, let's level here. There's not much Makihisa needs to be defended on.
こんな時間に来訪するのは非常識では。
That man is not beating the allegations.
非常識ではないよ。遅めの仕事を終えて自分の家に帰ってくる。これはごく自然な日常では。
I'm taken aback. One's own home. Is he saying he belongs in this mansion? But he said yesterday that he wasn't a relative.
失礼。少々気の早い返答だった。私はよそ者だ。
Uh-huh.
宿泊用に部屋を与えられているが、立場的には賓客だ。
Goto Saiki gets up from the sofa with a low chuckle. He must mean to leave the parlor.
今夜は部屋に資料を取りに来ただけだよ、四季君。仕事を終えてというのは嘘でね。宗谷の都市開発はこれからだ。まだ片付けなくてはいけない案件が山ほどある。
Oh, so it's crazy. You see it all the time in like Japanese media. They'll be like, oh, you know, this small town, you know, little city. And then you look at it and it's like a fucking sprawling metropolis. It's like, brother, you have not seen small city in your fucking life if you think, you know, something where it's like, oh, you know, it's only got, you know, 3 million residents. It's not that big. No,
私が牧久氏を非難したのはこういうことだ。 現代のビジネスに昼も夜もない。夜になれば朝を待つだけなんて身の毛もよだつ方針だ。いつまでも前時代の気分で会社を回されては、これを引き継ぐ者が迷惑する。
It's like, yeah, don't you know what time it is? Like in the US, you could be day trading right now, son. Fucking shorting stocks. Fucking to the moon. Go to Psyche, exits to the hall. I hear Kohaku's voice coming from the lobby. She must be seeing him out. Based on what I just heard, I think I can assume that my father and Goto Psyche weren't on good terms. I'm in an inexplicably foul mood. I'll talk with Akia later. I'll just head back to my room and go to bed. Maybe catch Kohaku after she sees him out and be like, yo, what the fuck is with that guy? Like, who is he? Hello? It's 10 o'clock. The lights in the room go out automatically. Apparently, things are set up so that all the lights in the mansion go out when it hits 10, aside from those in the office. Manually flipping the switch would turn a room's lights back on again, but that's intended for emergencies only. They'd probably catch me if I try to use my room's nightlight, my room's nightstand light. And I'm probably not allowed to go outside my room after 10 either.
こっそりスタンドライトでも買ってくるとか?
They have little foldable ones about the size of a cell phone these days. It's just way too early for lights out, any way you slice it.
ま、必要はないか。基本夜は
Yeah,
寝
I
る
got
もの
these
だし。
little LED light pucks I keep in my room and like in the kitchen and stuff for in case like the power goes out or something. I'm still able to, you know, just grab one of those and turn on a light if in the event that I don't have my cell phone or something and I can't use its flashlight.
試験期間の時なら就寝時間も伸ばしてもらえるだろう。
I change into the clean pajamas set aside for me and crawl into bed. Ever since I was injured in that accident, part of me has resisted lying down like this. I used to hate letting my body get comfortable, even more so if it meant sleeping in a soft bed. What I hear, it caused a lot of trouble for Keiko when I first stayed with the Arimas. I always slept like a rock, and I hated going to sleep.
よし、寝るか。
Just like sleep on the floor or something, you know, if you don't want a comfy bed. I announce it to myself, even though it should go without saying. I take off my glasses and close my eyes. I had trouble sleeping when I was a child. Now, once I close my eyes, I can fall asleep just as well as... Oh! Oh, there's sound effect for it. Well, if there's no Nero, then why do we have black dogs? Strange cry washes over my ears like a wave. The howl of an animal. Sounds too high to be a dog. Rings in my eardrums. Is it howling at the moon? There's a gnawing pit in my stomach. Howl brings on a headache. The sound doesn't stop. It's like a bullet rattling around inside my skull. Oh, oh.
ああ、もう、やかましい。
I throw on my glasses and open my eyes. Dog's still howling somewhere outside the window. The clock has just struck 11. How am I supposed to sleep like this?
くそ。なんなんだよ、この鳴き声。
Sounds like it's coming from outside the mansion. I seriously doubt I can fall asleep like this.
仕方がないか。 犬がうるさいなんて警察に電話しても取り合っても
Nope.
らえないだろうし。
Just gotta, like, either get your bat or your gun and go out and deal with it yourself. I get up from bed and change into my school uniform. The others must be having trouble sleeping too. I'm the only man in the mansion, so I should go see what's happening. I head outside. The night is eerily still, like it's been frozen in place. The moon is hidden by clouds. Even the light from the lamppost is perfectly constant, like splotches of fallen paint on a canvas. Oh. 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 Strangely enough, howling seems weaker now that I'm outside. Is it fading away? That doesn't matter. The nagging pain it's causing isn't in my ears, but my brain and eyes. Hearing it sets my heart pumping and my whole body on edge, feeling I can't control it all. Each step feels heavy. I've lost some feeling in the tips of my fingers. Then I realize something. I can't see my breath. Pale white against the cold. Oh, I can't see my breath. It's quiet outside the estate. Like someone hit the pause button. My shadow is the only thing moving in this motionless world. I feel thirsty for some reason. The high walls bordering the estate stretch along the darkened road. I warm my numbing fingers with my breath, walking towards where I suspect the dogs have gathered. All thought ceases. Under that distant streetlight, something I've never seen before. Something no one should ever see. An incomprehensible sight. A dog, half melted. And a white man. What is that? The long blade pointed downward. Well, I guess that's what happens to Nero, huh? I guess Vlav just deals with it. What is that? A howl, dissolving with the dog. What is that? A blade stabbing down. What is that? A roar that makes me question my sanity. Or maybe a sudden gale. As the wave threatens to rupture my eardrums disappears, so does the howling and the dog along with it. Like they never existed in the first place. Dissolved into nothingness without a trace. Is this an illusion? What I'm seeing is a hallucination. That, or a dream. Is this an illusion? A strange figure stands under the light, cut out from the darkness. Is it wearing a coat? The silhouette in the thick coat doesn't seem to have noticed me standing here yet. My throat grows dry. My whole body is sweating. Night air sticks to my skin. Despite just standing there, I feel a pressure like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. Language from a far-off land enters my ears. I'm so dizzy it feels like I could pass out. I'm nearly able to muster some strength in my legs and prevent myself from falling. Then... spoopy. All I see is an ordinary, empty public road. gasp as my lungs hungrily suck in oxygen. I hadn't noticed. It seems I hadn't been properly breathing ever since I left the main gate. There's no howling to be heard anymore. I leave behind that terrible vision I've seen. I return to my room. Didn't seem like the others are still awake. I guess I was the only one bothered by the howling. It's strange. My head is still pounding.
あれなんで震えてるんだろう
You're like a pit bull that saw like a cat out on the street or like an unattended child. You know, you just get the shakes. And now you're like blue ball, they didn't get to tear it apart. My fingers are quivering. My whole body shivers. My spine is freezing. If I were to compare it to something, it's like my spinal cord has been taken out and replaced with a pillar of ice. Ooh, that sounds good. I like the cold. Nausea hits me like a sack of bricks. Is it my usual anemia? It's like the contents of my head are being dumped out onto the floor. I see something I don't want to see on the way down. Even with my glasses on, I can see the lines. Bile rises in my throat as my eyes recoil from the sight. The result of trying to avoid seeing them these past 7 years. My mind can't take this. I feel sick. The dizziness from my anemia has my stomach trying to escape through my throat.
嘘だろどうなってるんだ
I don't understand. As long as my eyes are open, the scribbles continue to invade my senses.
悪い夢だ
Yeah, I've had dreams like that before. Where it's like, oh, there's something outside my house, and then I grab my gun, and then I go up a stairway that doesn't exist to go outside. And, you know, and then the layout doesn't make sense, and I'm like, there's nothing there. But then the power's off in my house, and then I have to go find the breaker box and turn it on in the dark. While there's still sounds, and then, you know, then either I wake up or the dream changes or something. I somehow make it to my bed. Yes, I should just go to sleep. That's the quickest way to deny the reality in front of me. My body won't move how I want it to. So I'll stay like this, like a corpse. I'll just sleep, like a puppet with its strings cut. Sure, I'll save. Why not? Just gotta cycle those saves, and you can see that I'm up late. And when I record these, so I can't lie and be like, oh, you know, I recorded this, you know, on a certain date at a certain time. Just ignore that it's going up a little late, you know, because it's not like I totally just recorded this to put it up. I totally planned ahead and had a backlog ready. It was something Master once told me. The lines that I see are the parts that break more easily. Same as how the human body has weaknesses. Like at the joints of the eyes. I can cut anything without worrying about resistance or friction. Just by lightly tracing the lines with a blade. Whether it's a human body or an inanimate object. There are lines in all that I see.
よく聞いてね、シキ。あらゆるものは壊れてしまうという運命を内包しているの。
Uh-huh.
形がある以上、こればっかりは逃れようの
Yeah,
ない
you know,
前
the
提でしょ。
metaphysical existence of an object. In other words, the world is stitched up. It's only ever a step away from breaking apart. Say the scribbles run across the earth. Then one day, maybe no reason at all, the ground could come apart and everything would break. That's what my reality is like.
そして私たち人間はさらに細かく壊れやすい。怪我も回復も老化も成長も流星も衰弱も全ては終わりに近づく変化だから。
Now, we talking big, like capital H humans, or like individual humans here? Words. I never felt more thankful for Master's glasses than when I first came to understand those words. I couldn't have survived if I had seen those lines all the time. Fragile lines in all things. Unbound, unstable world. Nothing can be gained from seeing them. Nothing at all. Oh, stop like setting the scene in early mornings, making me tired. I awake from an old memory. Feeling the light through my eyelids, I reach over to the other side of the bed. My glasses are gone? As worry creeps in, I try the other side of the pillow, where I find my glasses waiting for me. I usually make sure to place them on my left. Must have been because of that awful headache I had last night. I put on my glasses before I open my eyes. The ritual would probably look strange to anyone who saw it, but I try to avoid seeing the lines even from the moment I wake up.
おはようございます、四季様。
Whoa! I look over towards the source of the voice to find a girl in a maid uniform standing by the wall. Didn't even notice her. Seems like she's been there a while, too. She must be here for the same reason as yesterday. Make sure I don't oversleep.
そっか、ごめん。驚くのはおかしかった。
Eh, you'll get used to it eventually.
おはよう、翡翠。起こしに来てくれてありがとう。
それが私の役割ですから。どうかお気になさらないようお願いします。
You know, we really could just get an alarm clock, though. And it doesn't have to be like an electric one that a key will get angry at. It could just be like a mechanical, you know, clockwork one with the bells and the hammer. That's the kind I have upstairs in my room. It's so fucking obnoxious that, you know, it wakes me up. Because if I just do my phone, you know, in less stupor, I could just reach over and silence it and then go back to sleep and then, you know, be late for work. But with like the bell and hammer alarm clock, it's so loud and obnoxious and like so suddenly ear-piercing that it makes me shoot up out of bed. And I usually put it like on the far end of my nightstand that I can't reach from my bed, so I have to get up to turn it off. Isui lowers her head solemnly. She stops and raises it back up in one fluid motion.
いえ、驚かすのが仕事ということではなく、
Speaking of alarm clocks, we gotta put a bell on you or something.
明日は四季様を驚
That
か
we
せ
can
ないよ
avoid
う
sneaking up
努
on
力
us.
いたします。
Then again, you probably learn to walk in a way that stops the bell from jingling. You see, we can be a little strange sometimes. I get the impression that, while she's a perfect maid, she's not quite used to speaking with people.
いや、翡翠には何の問題もないと思うよ。まだ慣れていない俺が悪いんだ。
I get up from the bed and realize that I'm wearing pajamas. I remember changing into my uniform to see what was up with that howling, then I passed out onto the bed after coming back.
おかしいな。俺、制服のまま眠ったと思うんだけど。
はい。あのままではお体に悪いので、姉さんに来てもらっ
Yeah,
て、
you'll just dirty the
寝巻きに
sheets.
着替えさせていただきました。
Shut up, Google. I'm not talking to you. Go away. Fucking phone. Thinking I'm talking to it. Isui plainly explains what happens. Ah, that makes sense. They changed my clothes for me. I don't know if there's anything especially unhealthy about sleeping in my uniform, but I guess it could get wrinkled. They sure are professional maids. Hold up.
着替えだって。
I quickly checked my pants and underwear. Both look brand new.
翡翠、
はい。何でしょう。
I'm surprised you slept through that.
気を使ってくれたのは嬉しいんだけど、これからは何としても起こしてくれ。着替えっていうのはほら、やっぱり自分でやるものだし。
Well, you're probably sleeping like a corpse. That's probably the first thing they tried to do. I look down, embarrassed. Isui, on the other hand, simply nods in affirmation.
学校の制服はそちらに畳んであります。着替えがお済みになられましたら今においでください。
普通なら気がつくもんだけど。
Yeah.
そんなに疲れてたのか、俺。
Like, I'm the kind of person that will wake up if, like, someone's walking near me. You know, I'm a fairly light sleeper. There's no point dwelling on it. I can't change what's already happened. I should change and head down for breakfast. My uniform is folded up neatly. She's even gone to the trouble of ironing the shirt. Feels like putting on a new shirt for the first time. Still a little starchy. Akiya and Kohaku are already in the parlor. Having probably finished breakfast some time ago, Akiya is gracefully sipping a cup of tea. Greet them both, I'd assume? Oh, no, we're only doing Akiya. You know, it's, pay the help no mind.
やあ、おはよう、アキヤ。
It does not befit an heir of the Tono to, you know, mingle with the lower class. I decide to greet Akiya first.
おはようございます、兄さん。挨拶に覇気が見られませんが、
No.
昨夜はきちんと眠れましたか？
There's a
今
fucking
にも倒
dog.
れそうな顔をしていますが。
あいにくこれが地顔だよ。朝から覇気に満ちた挨拶とか、俺に期待しないでくれ。
Regardless of what happened last night, I wish she wouldn't think I'm some delinquent just because I sound tired.
おはようございます、四季さん。朝食でしたら食堂でお出しいたしますので、いつでもお声掛けくださいね。
Just like bring me some coffee and a cigarette or something. Meanwhile, Kohaku is radiating warmth and kindness. Contrast reminds me of that north wind in the sun fable.
ありがとうございます。でも、アキハはもう済ませたのか？見たところ食後のお茶みたいだけど。
当然です。兄さんがどんな時間に起床しようと構いませんが、せ
If
め
you
て
guys
朝食
don't
ぐら
know
いは
about
余
the
裕を持っ
fable
て
of
済
the
ませて
north
くださ
wind
い。
and the sun, it's about, you know, the wind and the sun make a bet
7
to
時
see,
を
you
過
know,
ぎて朝食を
if
取る
they
なんて。
who can get a
Tarunde
traveler's
Shoko
cloak
です。
off or something. And it's about like, oh, the wind tries really hard to blow and blow, and it just makes him hold on to it tighter. But the sun just, you know, warms him up gently, and then he just takes it off on his own. You know, it's about that kind of thing, you know, lead a horse to water shit. I stopped myself from saying that eating after 7 is normal for most people. Nothing about this place is normal.
ふん。そういうアキハは何時に起きるんだよ。
Kia probably gets up at 5.
5時には起床しますけど、何か？
すみません。参りました。
After hearing her reply so nonchalantly, I decided it's futile to mount any sort of argument. She did it with such ease, too. A perfect counter.
参りましたとは何に対してですか？
It was such a trouncing that you didn't even realize it was a competition.
いや、なんでも。にしても、そんな早くに起きてどうするんだ？遅刻対策か？
She's like fucking on that, like, LinkedIn hustle grinder mindset where it's like, sleeping is a waste of productivity.
ですね、よほどのトラブルがない限り時間に遅れるなんてことはありません。兄さんの学校はここから徒歩で30分ほどなんでしょ？そう遠くない場所なんですから遅刻なんかしないでくださいね。
Also, a 30-minute walk is really close. You live within like a couple mile radius of your school. Literally down the fucking street. Well, she sure is prickly. But she isn't wrong. Can't exactly argue with her. As the head of the family, it is Akia's responsibility to mind the reputation of the Tono name.
はいはい。成績はともかく遅刻はしないよう心がけるよ。
Hell, if there weren't like fucking buildings or trees in the way, you could probably see the school from your house, you know, up on top of the hill here.
夜更かしも
As I utter the words, the strange occurrence of the previous night spring to mind. I didn't mean to stay up late last night, but no matter how you slice it, well, that's what ended up happening.
なあ、アキハ。昨日の夜のことだけど、ここって毎晩ああなのか？
はい。
だから、昨日の夜の話だよ。あれじゃアキハたちだって眠れなかっただろ。
昨夜はきちんと熟睡できましたけど、何の話でしょう？
There's some fucking mangy mutt causing trouble out on the street.
何の話かって、犬の話に決まってるだろ。夜の11時頃、野犬が吠えっぱなしだったじゃないか。
Akia and Kohaku share a glance before casting a concerned gaze in my direction. They're looking at me like I'm a madman.
いえ、アキハには聞かない。琥珀さん、昨日の夜はうるさかったよね。
どうなんでしょうか。確かに昨夜は風が強かったとは思いますけど、深夜の見回りで発見した異常は四季さんが制服のままベッドの上で眠っていらしたことぐらいですよ。
ああ、それですか。これからは気をつ
Look,
けます。
sometimes you just gotta sleep in a pair of jeans, you know? Like an absolute
何
fucking
かあったの？
psychopath.
いえ、別に何もありませんでしたよ。
I think the only time I ever sleep in jeans is if
ちょっと
one,
四季さんの寝相
I'm
が
at
悪か
like
ったという
a
だけ
house
ですから。
party or something, and I'm so fucked up that there's no shot of me going home at all. So it's like, okay, just find a spot and crash in my pants. That sounds weird. You know, find a spot to go to sleep while wearing, you know, my entire outfit because, you know, I'm at someone else's house and I can't just like get in my boxers and, you know, sleep on the couch. That'd be weird. Or I like get home from work and I'm sick or something and I just immediately crawl into bed and die. Kohaku dodges the question with a smile.
本当に二人とも気がつかなかったのか。昨日の夜、30分ぐらい外で野犬が吠えてたのに。
はあはあ、それはワンワンパニックですね。
I'll kill you. I will fucking kill you dead. I can't quite tell if she actually believes me or not.
まあ、わかりやすく言うと、そういうこと。
I will grab a fire poker from that fucking fireplace right over there and like beat you into a hamburger meat, Kohaku. If you ever fucking say anything like that again.
私はそんな覚えはありませんけど。琥珀もないでしょ？
そうですね。四季さんには申し訳ないのですが、そのようなことはなかったと思います。
Just a really strange dream, you know, unrestful sleep from being in this new environment, stressing you out.
決まりね。あと考えられるケースといったら、兄さんは犬に吠えられる夢でも見ていた。
How confident they both seem, I'm starting to doubt myself now. When I think about it, it was weird. It wasn't even a dog when I went to look. There was... yeah, a strange man with an ice spear. There couldn't have been anyone. I say it like that, it really does start to feel more and more like a dream.
兄さんはまだ屋敷に慣れていないから、
We get those
そ
every
んな
now
た
and
ちの
again.
悪い夢を見たんでしょう。
Kind of those stress dreams where it's like I'm stuck in traffic driving to work.
そうですね。
But it's like my morning started the same way it
今夜
always
も野
does.
犬に吠えられる
So
よ
it
うで
doesn't
した
feel
ら、
like a dream when it's happening. It's
と
only
び
when
っ
you
きり
wake up
獰
we're
猛
like,
な
oh,
番
what
犬
the
でも
fuck?
飼うことにしましょうか。
Malicious smile creeps onto Ukiya's lips.
私は時間ですので、お先に失礼します。兄さん、登校中に犬に襲われないよう気をつけてくださいね。
But maybe carry a big stick with you just in case. Akia leaves the parlor with a graceful stride. Kohaku bows to me before leaving to see her off. I eat breakfast in the dining room and exit to the lobby. Sui follows behind me with my bag in hand. I told her I could carry it on my own, but she insisted she hold on to it at least until the entrance. I guess Akia isn't the only one who has me at a disadvantage. Or maybe in Hisui's case, I'm just soft. Akia beats me over the head with her ironclad logic. It's also hard to defy her when her status holds more weight around here than mine. It's the opposite when it comes to Hisui. I'm in a position where I could boss Hisui around. What could I possibly bring myself to? Something about the way she looks at me. I just want to listen to whatever she says.
四季さん、四季さん、ちょっと待ってください。
Kohaki? Who? Kohaku hurries down the steps from the second floor. Hisui draws back as Kohaku approaches.
あれ、琥珀さんは秋葉と一緒じゃなかったの？
秋葉様はお車で学校に向かわれますか
I
ら。
guess someone else drives, sir. You guys have a valet on call that just comes to pick her up?
今朝は四季さんにお届け物があるので屋敷に残らせていただいたんです。
お届け物って俺に？
はい。昨日有馬家の方から荷物が届いたんですよ。
Fun! A bright smile flashes across Kohaku's face.
いや、俺は自分の荷物は全部持ってきたよ。もともと向こうで使ってたのは有馬の家のものだったから、自分のものなんて着てる服ぐらいで。
そうなんですか？こちらが届けられた
Then
荷
what
物
could
で
be
す
this
けど。
mystery package in the mail, I wonder? Kohaku hands me a narrow wooden box, 20 centimeters in length. Light.
琥珀さん、俺はこんなの見たこともないんだけど。
四季さんのお父様の遺品とのことですけど、四季さんに譲られるようにと遺言があったとか。
I guess it got sent to the house and then, they had to forward it on to here, I guess.
あの親
That's
父
what we get for
が
not changing your mail address. Well, that hardly seems real. Why would the man who forced me out 7 years ago leave me, why would the man who forced me out 7 years ago leave me something in his will?
まあいいや。琥珀さん、これ部屋に置いておいて。
No, you need it. Kohaku's eyes are fixated on the box, curiosity plastered all over her face. She's like a kid staring at a birthday present.
じー。
Maybe she is a kid.
わかりました。中身が気になるんですね、琥珀。
いえ、そんなことはないですよ。
Uh-huh.
ただ、どんな贈り物なのか
Just a
興
little.
味があ
You
る
know,
だ
who
け
would
で。
it be? Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
なら開けてみましょう。せーの。
The box opens with a dry clack. Inside is a thin iron shaft, about 15 centimeters long.
鉄の棒だ。
That's a plain thing, unadorned, but it seems to show signs of heavy use. Father must have really not cared for me if he left me something like this. And I seem to recall the rod he used being thicker and even less decorated.
違いますよ、四季さん。これ、果物ナイフなんじゃないでしょうか。
Kohaku takes the iron shaft out of the box.
ほら、飛び出しナイフってあるじゃないですか。
Are switchblades legal in Japan?
あれと同じみたいです。せーの。
Well, that's fucking dangerous. With a metallic noise, a 10-centimeter blade shoots out. I say as I literally have a fucking bayonet sitting right next to me. How long would that be? It's about, putting it up against my hands, a little over 6 inches long, so that 15, 16 centimeters. I guess, I can't say anything, considering I also have a dangerous weapon sitting right next to me. Huh. Really is a knife.
中の構造は今風のようですが、外側は随分と古いものみたいですね。ほら、裏に年号も書かれています。
Kohaku retracts the blade and hands me the knife. She's right. There's a number just below the grip. The character for 7 read Nana or Shichi, and the character for night, Yoru or Ya.
姉さん、これ年号じゃない。七つ夜と書かれているだけよ。
Yeah, sure. Something like that. Couldn't be like Nanaya, or that'd be fucking nuts. Look back to see Hisui standing directly behind me, sneaking a glimpse at the knife.
びっくりした。脅かさないでくれ、翡翠。そんな後ろから覗かなくても、見たければ、ほ
You
ら。
can even hold it if you want.
失礼いたしました。その担当があまりに綺麗でしたから。
Yeah, fucking sword autism GF, let's go!
綺麗。これ、綺
Nah,
麗
blades
って
are
言
cool.
うかな。
Like, look at that, fucking, that wave on it, you
ど
know?
っちかっていうと鈍いというか古臭い感じだけど。
そんなことはありません。由緒正しい鼓動だと思います。
そうなの。俺にはガラクタにしか見えないけど。
Seeing Hisui so resolute about it has stirred my own curiosity. Yeah. Not a bad memento, now that I look at it.
七つ夜ですか。その果物ナイフの名前でしょうかね。
I mean, it's certainly a cool name for your fucking knife. I don't think many people would bother naming a knife, but it does seem like a relic from a different time. I stowed away in my bag. It may technically be against the law to carry it around, but one day couldn't hurt. I'll brag to Arihiko about it. Oh, that depends on if he actually comes to school or not, dude. Don't be taking your knife out in class.
四季様、お時間はよろしいのですか？
Like, it's different if it's like a Leatherman. Like, that's a moldy tool. Like, you know, it can be used for different things, but that is purely just a weapon.
まずい。そろそろ行かないと間に合わないか。それじゃあ琥珀さん、届け物ありがとう。
Kohaku waves as we leave. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, given our new cool signature weapon, that is where we're going to be ending it here for today. A little early, but it is almost 11 p.m. and I do have work tomorrow, and I would like to get at least, 6 hours of sleep. So I'm calling it. So yeah, with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and come back next time where I'm sure nothing, this knife will not be used for anything nefarious whatsoever. Couldn't be, like, at all. What's the story trope when the gun on the wall that's totally not going to get used later? Chekhov? Yeah, this isn't Chekhov's knife. No, sirree, not here. This is Tonoshiki. He is a law-abiding citizen who would never even prick another person with that shiny new blade of his. But only way to find out for sure is to come back next time. Okay, catch you guys all later now. Bye-bye.